Alright, here we're at the old 39 Model A. And tractors don't get much simpler than this. It's got good rubber on it. One way you can tell, especially these old tractors. Hey, there's my wrench. One way you can tell, especially on an old tractor, how much it's been used is by the pedals. So, you can tell on this one, the clutch pedal, it's hardly been used. I don't have it anymore, but my grandfather's old Super A that he had for like 50, 60 years, the clutch pedal was worn flat from pushing in the clutch, and the brake pedals were pretty worn too, but the clutch pedal especially was just the diamond etching in there, gone, totally gone. But as you can see on this one, it is completely intact. So, oh god, drawbar off here. Let's see what the gas smells like. It smells like varnish. It's probably been, I don't know, a long time since this thing's cranked. So she's got any water in her. Got cobwebs on her. It's been sitting here for a while. She's still got water in her. That's good. That's a good sign. We do. Let's see if she'll turn over. Oh, come on, baby. I'm almost said. Oh, I found my tripod. If anybody cares, so let's see if this thing will turn over. I don't try to start it. I'm not gonna try to start it with this. I'll pull it off with the other tractor or something, but I just want to see if she'll. She might be in gear. Hold on. That would help. Take it out of gear. Might help. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we got that going for us. So she turns over good, but I can already smell just from turning the engine over like one time the varnish in it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get a flashlight, see how much gas is in here. Take this sediment bowl off, drain all the gas out of it. We'll put some fresh gas in here. I'll see if my dad's available, and we'll try to pull this thing off and start it. Why not? What else are we gonna do? So one good thing, there is no gas in there. However, there is a bunch of trash. So I don't really want to put gas in it with all that trash in there. I'm not going to take the tank off. I'd really like to vacuum it out, but I'm a long way from the shop. And my generator's messed up. So great. So let me think about this for a minute, what we're going to do here. Alright, well, I got her vacuumed out. I ran the drop cord like 200 foot all the way from my house up there, and vacuumed it out, and it actually come out pretty clean. Now I don't know if it probably never had much gas in it to start with, and it probably just evaporated over time. So I'm hoping carburetor's not gummed up real bad. We're gonna try it and see. But right now I'm gonna take the sediment bowl off and clean it out. Let's see if we can get it off. Yeah. Well, that's not gonna come loose. Might have to go get a pair of pliers or something. Alright. Pull a pair of pliers this time. See what happens. You suck. I also bought some brake parts cleaner. There's none in the tank. Let's see if there's any gas in the sediment bowl. Stiff. I should have bought a rubber mallet. Ah, crap. Yeah, of course I didn't bring a rubber mallet. I'm gonna have to go get a rubber mallet. Okay. Ugh. I got the arm out of the way. Won't come loose. Got a mallet. There she comes. I'm gonna say that the ring's probably not good. Woo! That is pretty nasty. So the bowl's pretty nasty. I'm gonna clean it out. It's got a lot of gunk in the bottom of it. Then I'm gonna take the, I might go to the hardware store and get another piece of gas line, take this off. This is a metal line right here. Clean that out. I'm hesitant to take the bottom of the carburetor off. It's a Zenith carburetor, which were good carburetors for these tractors. But just because I ripped the gasket here, I don't have a rebuild kit for it. So I'm probably not gonna take it apart if I can help it. Just hope that putting some fresh gas in it will straighten it out. I'm not, keep my fingers crossed on that, so we'll see. So let me go clean this bowl out and see what's going on. All right, well, I took all the lines off. I was gonna pull the whole sediment bowl housing off, but unless I let it soak in some penetrating oil, I don't think it's gonna come off. I put a pair of channel locks on it and acting like it didn't want to move, and I was afraid I was gonna break what's brazed into the tank, so I've decided not to do that. But I've got the sediment bowl soaking and brake cleaner. I don't have any carb cleaner or anything like that. So while I'm doing that, I'm gonna pull the distributor cap off and check and make sure everything looks good in there and it's not rusted. I bought a piece of sandpaper to sand it. And then put that back on and put some air in this tire. And then I guess put some, I gotta make another gasket for the bowl. And then I'll put some gas in it and see what happens. All right, wish me luck. Well, as soon as I break it loose, stuff started falling out at the bottom of it. So let's see what's in there. That's not great. Come on. Oh, there's like a dirt dauber nest or something in there. I don't even know how something would get in there. So that's gonna need some attention. So let's look at that. So I got this thing cleaned up as best I can. That electrode where the dirt dauber nest was or whatever's, you can see the other ones look pretty good. That one's seen better days. Cleaned the rotor button off as best I could. So I couldn't get down in there. I ended up getting my drill and a wire brush going to town on that thing. I don't know how something got in there. I mean, I couldn't, you know, whatever, something got in there. So I'm gonna put this back together, make the sediment bowl gasket, put that back on, and then put some gas in it, make sure I'm getting gas down here to the carburetor, and then I guess try to crank it. Right? Right. All right. So I decided while I was at it, I'd take the coil off. Coil's pretty simple. It's got a contact point here, contact point on the cover. It's just a thin piece of metal. When you put the cap on, it makes contact right there. So it was a little corroded. I went ahead and sanded it. Went ahead and sanded this, bend it out a little bit, make sure it's making good contact. And it's a simple setup, but if it don't work, it don't work. Put some sandpaper inside there. You can't see. Clean that up. Cleaned up the contact point on the coil wire. So anyway, I didn't want to, you know, while it's off. Oh, I took the hood off too, so you can see what's going on. Anyway, while it's off, let's go ahead and do it. Put that back on. So I ended up running to the hardware store and get some carbon choke cleaner. The brake parts cleaner just wasn't cutting it. I got me some new brushes. I got this thing cleaned up pretty good. And if you see, it says AC on the bottom. I don't know if that's an original Alice Chalmers part or not. So, but right now, I don't have any rubber gasket material. So I'm trying to cut me a, I'm gonna try this cork. Get it cut out. I'll cut the outside part with a pair of scissors. I'll cut the inside out with a razor blade. And see what happens. Alright, I got the fuel bowl back installed. I sprayed some carburetor cleaner up inside the inlet to the carb. I don't know if it's going to do any good, but I did it. So we're moving this thing regardless. You know, I'm towing it up to the new tractor shed. So might as well try to crank it, right? So that's why I'm doing all this. We're going to tow it regardless. But right now I'm going to stop and eat lunch, and then after lunch we're going to get the 600 down here. I'm going to hook the chain up to it, and we're going to tow this thing up to there. Up to there anyway, and hopefully she'll start. I mean, if we're towing it and it acts like it's going to start, we might just tow it around the field and spray some starter fluid in it. See what happens. Anyway, that's the plan. Stay tuned. Well, the valve stem's got a massive leak to it, but it is what it is. I don't know if that thing's got a tube in it or not, but we'll have to fill it up again right before we start to pull it off, because it's gonna bleed back down. But it came up, filled up. Anywho, put some gas in this thing. See what happens. I'm not gonna check for spark. It'll either start or it won't start. Regardless of what happens, we're moving it up there anyway. So it'll either start or it won't start. But if it tries to start, if we think we can get it started, we'll try to start it. But if it don't act like it's not gonna start at all, then I'm not gonna spend a whole bunch of time messing with it today. So we'll see what happens. Putting gas in. It takes a good little bit of gas before it gets up over the. There she comes. See how bad she leaks. Ah, it takes a bunch of gas. Alright, well, I can't get no fuel down to the sediment bowl, so we've decided to pull it up to the shop and try to clean it out. I do want to give it a good try. I want to try to crank this thing. So I got Dad on the 600 up there. Tighten her up. Alright. Tire's pretty flat. It's the first time this thing's moved since 2015. Moved it down here in 2015, but we did not crank it. It was towed down here. This thing hasn't been cranked in like 10 years, like I said. So we'll pull it up to the shop. I'll put some air in it, try to blow. See if I can get some gas down the sediment hole. I don't know if you can see it, but when I first started putting gas in there, it started dripping. And then it stopped. So I don't have a whole lot of gas in there, but I got some. Oh, there we go. So anyway, see you at the shop. Alright, well I took an air hose. I took it apart right here at the carburetor. Just barely hit it with some air and it blew out whatever was in there. It's leaking a little bit around the bowl, but she's full. And we're gonna try it. We're already chained up. We'll give the old college try, see what happens. Ready? He's ready. Alright, here we go. I'm in third gear. Alright, off the clutch, see what happens. Oh shit, see that? Out. The magneto. Car's working. Anything. Try to push it in. put it under a load, it's fired up. So we're gonna park it right here for now, and we'll mess with it later on. I am better than pleased. I'm ecstatic this thing fired right up. There it is, guys. It's chugging. Straight by chugs. Oh yeah, this will shut off. Shut off. So I'm gonna choke it off. I didn't check the oil or nothing, but I want to let it run. Let it get some heat in it. Man, I'm happy this thing runs. All right, guys. Hey, appreciate it. Thanks for watching.